Hi, welcome to the first of our video choir rehearsals. I'm hoping that this is working. It's saying live on my phone, so that looks quite good. Yeah, so we're going to be doing 12 of these rehearsals, one each week, always on a Sunday morning, always at 10:30. And the idea is that we can be building repertoire even while we're all at home. And actually there are some advantages to doing it this way. It can be really confidence building in that you're having to sing on your own, unless maybe you're getting your family members to join in too, which would be fantastic. But if you're not, we're all used to kind of sitting, if I'm a soprano, I'm used to sitting with 3 or 4 other sopranos, or, same with the altos, etc. And it can be a bit disconcerting to sing on your own, but actually you need to remember that you're just doing this at home, on your own, no one's listening, so just go for it. Good. So we're going to do 2 pieces today, and what I'm going to try and do is I've emailed to people who are kind of regular choir members. I've emailed the music, but I'm going to see if I can find myself this video that's going on now, and I'm going to put in the comments links to those pieces of music, just in case people are watching who we haven't emailed and who want to take part. So I'm just looking. Oh, here we are. Okay, that's me about a minute ago. So I'm going to try and comment. So just give me 1 second. Ooh. Oh, here we go. Comment. Great, okay. So firstly, I'm going to post a link to the Gibbons. Oh, sorry, this isn't going very well. There we go. There we go. And I've written Gibbons next to it. And we're also looking at a piece by Charles Wood. So I'm going to post the link to that as well. Great, okay. So now you've got the music, so you've got a bit of time to download that. I'm going to do a warm-up in a second. If you're watching this live on Facebook, then do like the video. If you've got any questions, then write a comment, and I'll try and keep an eye on the comments as they go, and so that's a way of interacting. Okay, so let's start with just a warm-up. So I'm just going to go a little bit further away, and let's just do a little bit of a physical warm-up to start with. So just gently rolling your shoulders forward and back. So kind of in a clockwise motion if you're looking at your body from your right hand side. It doesn't really matter, you can go in a different direction if you want. Just, there we go. And it's probably best to do this standing, but you could do this sitting. And have your feet kind of shoulder width apart. Try not to lock your knees. There we go. It's really good to kind of get rid of any shoulder tension before we start singing. So we're going to go backwards now. Other way. So up and back and down. There we go. Okay, now very gently, just kind of bow your head forwards a little bit, so you feel just a little bit of a stretch in the back of your neck. Don't do any jerky movements, don't push it too far. Okay, and then back to centre position, and then the other way, so looking up at the ceiling, and just feeling a stretch in the front of your neck. There we go, and then gently back to the middle, and then gently try and get your right ear to your right shoulder, obviously not all the way, just feeling the stretch in that side of your neck, and then all very gentle, and then the other way. There we go. Okay, and now just wiggle your fingers as fast as you can, really fast, like a race of finger wiggling. Try and get one step faster, one step faster. There we go. And then just wiggling hands, so you're kind of at the wrist, wiggling at the wrist. There we go. And just check your knees that they haven't locked. Give your knees a bit of a wobble. There we go. And then just let your arms have a bit of a wobble, so everything's getting a bit free. Okay, great. So we're just going to do a little bit of breathing now. So just copy me. Good. Now we're going to take a big breath in. I'm going to count to 8, and then we're going to let that breath out to a s sound, and I'll count to 8. So I won't do the breathing myself, I'll just do the counts. So breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's do another one of those. So breathing into 8 counts, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, right. Let's do a bit of singing now. It's probably best to stay standing, but you know, you can sit down anytime you like. But it's easier to create a good posture and to sing healthily when you're standing up. Okay. So we're just gonna hum down the scale. Okay, here we go. 3 and. Next one up, and next one up, and 3 and 3 and 'Good, we're going to go back to the start now, and this time we're going to sing an R sound, okay? So nice and gentle, you don't need to sing very loud. And just try and make a really nice, smooth, continuous sound, okay? 2, 3, 4. Good. You might, like me, be sounding a little bit croaky after not having sung for a bit. That's absolutely fine. The great thing about this is no one can hear you. Okay, good. Now we're going to do some slightly longer scales. So we're going to go down the scale. Va, vi, va, vi, va, vi, va, vi. So nice bright vowels, R, E, with a V at the beginning of each one. Va, vi, va, vi. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Va, vi, va, vi, va, vi, va, vi. Next one up. Va, vi, va, vi, va, vi, va, vi. 3 and va, vi, va, vi, va, vi, va, vi. And va, vi, va, vi, va, vi, va, vi. 3 and va, vi, va, vi, va, vi, va, vi. Va, vi, va, vi, va, vi, va, vi. One more. Okay, there we go. There's a kind of basic warm-up. Another thing I should have said at the beginning is that if you can figure out how to do it, you should be able to kind of, you know, not necessarily rewind and fast forward, but I think you can. If you're not used to doing Facebook a lot, I don't know whether you can do this now during the video. I think you maybe can't. Maybe you have to wait until the end. But there should be a little bar along the bottom, like a white bar that shows where you are in the video. And you can click on any place in that bar and it will go to, you know, if you click a quarter of the way through, it'll go to a quarter of the way through the video, halfway through, etc. So using that method, you should be able to go back over bits. And the idea is that, you know, we'll learn some music in a moment and I might play the alto line through. Then the altos could actually keep going back. If they find where on that white bar that bit of alto line starts, you can kind of repeat it over and over again. So it's in a sense more useful than your average rehearsal. Okay, so Helen's joined us, popped in, the baby's asleep, so we're going to try to keep him asleep, but he quite likes singing in the background. And Helen said that she might kindly help singing the odd soprano line or alto line if it's too high for me, or just it's nicer to hear a female voice sometimes. So let's start with the Gibbons. So again, if you've just tuned in, I've emailed kind of regular members of the choir the music, but if I haven't emailed you, you can find the links to this music in the comments. It's the first 2 comments, and it's the first comment which has Gibbons written in capitals. And so you click on that link and it takes you to a website called the Choral Public Domain Library, which is an absolutely incredible website if you haven't already discovered it. It's kind of allied to Wikipedia, I think, and it kind of looks like Wikipedia. But what it is it's what it says. It's an enormous library, online library of free public domain works. So it's all choral works, and it's all works that are out of copyright. You know, there's nothing kind of by living composers or composers who have died within the last 70 years. But anything like Gibbons and so on, you'll find it there, and normally a choice of editions. So do download that and print it out if you like, or maybe you've got another device that you can use it paperlessly on. Okay, so I'm going to assume that everybody's got a copy of this, and we're going to start not at the beginning. This is the Magnificat Nunc Dimittis from the short service by Gibbons from the early 1600s. And we're going to start with the second movement, the Nunc Dimittis, so that's on page 6. So just turn to page 6. So I suggest that we just have a sing through of the first page, page 6, and just see how it goes, and just be brave, be strong and wrong, or sing perfectly, up to you. So that's the first note for sopranos, altos, tenors, basses. Okay, let's have a little sing. 2, 3, 4. Lord, thou lettest all thy servant departing in peace, according to thy word. For mine eyes have seen thy that apart a little bit. So let's start with the basses. Okay, let's just sing this first line. Lord, now lettest thou thy servants depart in peace, according to thy word. And again, you can go back over that. I don't think you can do it now, but I think later on, when the video's finished, I think you can go back and look at that again. Okay, and now here's the tenor line. 3, 4. Lord, now lettest thou thy servant depart in peace, according to thy word. Okay, and now here's the alto line. Are you going to sing the alto line, Helen? Okay, 3, 4. Yeah, good. So the you'll see in that fourth bar altos, the rhythm is just slightly complicated. You have to hold your nerve and sing depart in peace. So it's sort of like being off the beat. Let's go from depart one more time. 3, 4. Depart in peace, according to thy word. Okay, great. Let's have the sopranos now. 3, 4. Okay, great. So now let's all sing it together. So sopranos, altos, tenors, and basses. 3, 4. Lord, now lettest thou thy servant depart in peace, according to thy word. Went a bit skew-whiff on the piano there. It's quite hard to sing the bass line and play all the parts, but we're getting there. Okay, very good. Now let's go from the top down. So let's sing sopranos first, and let's do the second half of the page. Okay, after 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now here's the alto line. Okay, 4 minor eyes. 1, 2, 3. Again, Gibbons reserves the challenge for the altos. So you have, it's quite difficult to fit the words to the music in the third last bar before the phrase. Here's how it goes. Prepare it before the face. Do you see that the kind of happens on that second quaver, the second in those beamed notes, and there's a little slur from the note, the first note of the to the second note. So that shows you that the takes both notes. So it goes before the face. We're just sing that together. Before, 2, 3. Before the face of all people. Okay, great. Why don't we do the sopranos and the altos together now? Okay. So sopranos, altos. Okay. After 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. Oh no, we're going to go from 4 minor eyes. Oh, Okay, 1, 2, 3. Good, okay, very good. I think I've found an error in the alto part. Let me just look at that. Yeah, okay, so actually this, the music we've got is just slightly wrong. Sopranos, altos. For mine eyes have seen should go down to a D flat on seen, and it's written as an E flat. So just watch out for that. Okay, very good. Now let's look at the gentleman's parts. So if we go from the middle of the page, for mine eyes have seen tenors. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. For mine eyes have seen thy salvation, which thou hast prepared before the face of all people. Okay, and again, you can go back over that a few times if you need to. And now let's look at the bass part. 1, 2, 3. For mine eyes have seen thy salvation, which thou hast prepared before the face of all people. So let's do the men together, tenors and basses. 1, 2, 3. For mine eyes have seen thy salvation, which thou hast prepared before the face of all people. Okay, all together. Sopranos, altos, tenors, basses. For mine eyes. 1, 2, 3. For mine eyes have seen thy salvation, which thou hast prepared before the face of all people. Great, that's the first page. Okay, let's go on to page 2. And why don't we have just a sing of the first half of this page up to Israel all together. Just go for it. It's a good sight reading practice if you don't know the piece. So sopranos, altos, tenors, basses. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's look at that. So let's start from the bottom up. Let's start from the basses. To be a light. 1, 2, 3. To be a light, to lighten the Gentiles, and to be the glory of thy people Israel. Good. So the rhythm gets a bit syncopated, or it feels like it's syncopated. Their bass is at the end. Let me just take a drink of water. Of thy people Israel. Okay. Let's look at the tenors. This might be a bit high for me, so excuse the screeching. So, to be a light. 1, 2, 3. To be a light, to lighten the Gentiles, and 1, 2. And to be the glory of thy people Israel. said really before, like in this music, the editor has written bar lines in, but those aren't always there in the old sources. They didn't think so much in bars with strong and weak beats, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, like we do today. And actually, the glory of this music is how different parts of the choir emphasize different syllables at different times. So we don't have such a kind of strict sense of strong and weak, and we have, you know, like a really interwoven texture. So go with your instincts. Go with where the syllable that you would emphasize in speech. So I was just there making a choice as a tenor to go, of thy people Israel, because the emphasis is on P and on Israel. But traditionally I see a bar of 3 there, thy P, and the third beat is normally maybe the weakest. So you wouldn't normally accent that. Go for it, you know, accent the syllables that you think are the right ones. Okay, let's, what have I done? Have I done basses? I've done tenors. Okay, so it's altos. Here we go, to be alive, here we go. 1 2 3. Yeah, I don't know who was wrong. You were probably all wrong at home as well. Okay, let's look at that. It's really hard to count. I hadn't realised how altos get a really raw deal in this, but in a sense it's actually a really fun challenge. So let's look at that. From And to Be the Glory, it goes 1 2, and to be the glory of thy people Israel. So for altos, it's a game of counting 2 beats on glory of thy people Israel. So just, if you might even want to write 1 2 above all of those syllables. Okay, so why don't we do now the sopranos? Here we go. After 1 2 3 1. Okay, fantastic. Oh, I'm sorry. It's good thing we've got Helen here. So we need to do the beginning of the line, to be aligned. Here we go, sopranos. Let's just do those. Let's do the whole thing, sopranos. 1 2 3. And 1. Okay, let's do that all together then. Sopranos, altos, tenors, basses. 1 2 3. Let's do one more time the same thing, because that's quite a tricky moment, okay? To be a light. 1 2 3. To be a light, and the gent. Altos, basses. Good, fantastic. Now all we need to do is the Gloria. So let's tackle this. Yeah, it's quite hard. There's not a really obvious point to stop. Let's just have a little go and see how far we get. Okay, Gloria. So this is from the 4th bar, middle line of 7. Sopranos, tenors, basses. 1 2 3. and a new bassist halfway through because I thought it was better to get the right notes on the piano. Okay, very good. Let's look at the soprano line first. Here we go. So we're back in the middle of page 7. Glory be to the Father. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Let's do each part until we get to without end, okay? Very good. And now let's look at the alto parts. Glory be, middle of page 7. What's Pauline Giles? Altos unite. Yes, altos unite. Here we go. Glory be. 3, 4, 1. Very good. Okay, now tenors. Here we go, middle of page 7. 1, 2, 3. Glory be to the Father and to the Son and to the Holy Ghost, as it was in the beginning, and is now and ever shall be, world without end, and ever shall be, world without end. Good. Again, sorry for the screeching up there. That's quite hard there at the end, isn't it? I might sing it an octave lower for you, but if we go from the last bar at the top of page 8, world without end, and ever shall be, world without end. So you could do with a slur over those 2 quavers on world. World without end. Okay, very good. And now let's do the basses. Okay, middle of page 7. 1, 2, 3. Glory be to the Father and to the Son and to the Holy Ghost, as it was in the beginning and is now and ever shall be, world without end, world without end. Okay, well done. Let's go up till that point, until the basses and tenors have got to end. Okay, and ladies, you can start the amens if you like, but then that's where we'll stop. Okay, here we go. Middle of page 7. Glory be. 1, 2, 3. Glory be to the Father and to the Son and to the Holy Ghost, as it was in the beginning and is now and ever shall be, world without end. Good, great. Okay, well done everybody. Now let's just look at the amens, which kind of overlap. Let's start with the sopranos again. Here we go. Really lovely line. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well done. Let's do altos. I'm going to do the altos actually split into two, so let's do the top part first, okay? You could learn both parts if you like. Here we go. So altos, 1, 2, 3. Very good. And now let's do the second alto line, which is almost the same apart from well, basically two or three notes. So if we just do the bottom line of that last page, and then you see the second altos go da 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 da, and then the lower parts. And can you see that in that second last bar, you've got stems pointing up on the quavers. Da da da. That's for the first altos, and then there's a stem coming down, just one stem. That's because the second altos have a whole beat on that note. So it goes, you don't go you go okay? So let's do second altos from that low B flat, and 1. Okay, here we go. So tenors now. You're the last bar and a beat in the middle of page 8. Yeah, the first time you sing Amen. 1, 2, 3. Amen. Amen. Okay, and now basses. Let's go from world without end, because you start singing Amen kind of halfway through your phrase, yeah? World without, 3, 4, 1. World without end, Amen, 2, 3, Amen, Amen. Okay, let's do the amens all together. So we should have sopranos coming in first, followed by the altos, followed by the tenors. Okay, actually let's start with the basses. So let's go from where basses sing world without, that's where you should start basses, and everyone else start when we say the word Amen. Okay, here we go. Basses, 3, 4, 1. Sopranos. Altos, tenors, good. And just to be completist, let's go from the Gloria, the middle of page 7, right to the end, all together. Okay, Glory B, 2, 3. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Ghost, as it was in the beginning, and is now, and ever shall Okay, fantastic, well done. So that's that, and we'll do the Magnificat of that another week. The idea is to have 12 pieces, and we won't necessarily do one a week. I think because it's nice to come back to things and look at them a bit more. And in the case of the Gibbons, we've learnt the language of it a bit, and we can come back and do the Magnificat, which is longer. As another point. But let's have a look now at the other piece. So if you've just joined us, you'll find unless you've already got an email from me. But if you're joining us and you haven't had an email from me, you're very welcome. And you'll find the second comment on this video is me posting the music of the next piece that we're going to do. So it's the comment that doesn't say Gibbons. It kind of says, at the end of it, it says, would, O thou. Yeah, so you'll see it's O thou the central orb. Okay, let's have a go. So let's sing as far as the top of the second page, yeah? So a page and a half. See how we go. Good, that's our first phrase. Let's take that apart. Let's start with the basses. 1, 2, 3. Oh, thou the central orb of righteous love, pure beam of the Most High, eternal. Ignoring all the louds and softs at the moment and just thinking about the notes. Okay, very good. Now let's have a go at the tenors. Okay, now the altos. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you've got a nice bit of chromatics there on that second line down on the first page. Righteous love, pure beam. Let's do that together. Righteous love. 3, 4. Righteous love, pure beam of the Most High. Okay, very good. Now let's look at sopranos. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Good. So you have to be quite nimble and good with the words when you sing pure beam of the Most High. Yeah, I'll do that again. Let's do that together. 1, 2, 3. Pure beam of the Most High. That's it. So you basically count 3 beats on beam and then move on 3.5. So it's beam, beam of the Most High. Just go from beam, 3, 4. Beam of the Most High. Fantastic. Okay, now let's all sing this together. Here we go. 2, 3. Oh, thou the central orb of righteous love, carry on now and just sight read the next 2 lines, okay? From Thy Radiance Bright. So we've just done world and one. Thy radiance bright, awakes to joy in faith of stars above, of souls above. Okay, so let's look at that. Let's start with the bases again. Thy radiance and 1. Thy radiance bright, awakes to joy in faith of souls above, of souls above. And can you see, I know what I said, we weren't really thinking about louds and softs, but it says non-dim there, no diminuendo, don't get quieter, so kind of keep it really fruity right to the end. Okay, very good. Let's look at the tenors. Thy radiance bright, so we're on the bottom of page 2, okay? 3, 4, 1. Thy radiance bright, awakes to joy in faith of stars above, souls above. Okay, so there's a moment of glory there for tenors and basses. When you're kind of almost on your own, there's an alto line above you, the sopranos have stopped, and you go, joy in faith, hope. So tenors on the upper note, hope, and bass is a tone below, hope. Yep, so that should be nice and fun. Okay, very good. Now let's look at the alto line. Thy radiance bright. Here we go. 3, 4, 1. And now sopranos, Thy radiance bright, 3, 4, 1. Let's do it together, Thy radiance. Sopranos, altos, tenors, basses. 3, 4, 1. Thy radiance bright, awakes to joy in faith of souls above, of souls above. Let's read on for now. Tenors join in if you want. Come, quickly come, and let thy glory shine, building our tracks and heaven with rays divine. Thy saints with holy luster guide. Good. Let's just get that far. Very, very, very good. Let's get rid of some of these pages that we don't need anymore. Oh, got rid of too many. Oh, there we go. Okay, right, so it says, if necessary, those tenors that can may sing the Q note. So it's a little bit low for tenors, but I'm sure you'll do great. So let's have, well, to be honest, sitting at home, anyone can join in. Your kids can join in, your friends can join in, whatever. Okay, so let's go one more time from this little bass line. Come, quickly come, okay? So it's bottom of page 3. lovely. Now let's look at this next little section. Let's start with the basses. With holy luster, yeah, with holy luster. 3, 4, 1. With holy luster round me move, as stars about thy throne, set in the height of God's ordaining counsel. So more chromatic lines going semitone by semitone, okay? Let's go from set in the height and really enjoy those chromatic steps. Here we go. 1, 2. Set in the height of God's ordaining counsel. And again, you can go back over that if that's tricky for you. Okay. Tenors, bottom of page 4. Thy saints, and 1. Thy saints with holy luster round thee move, as stars about thy throne, set in the height of God's ordaining counsel. Again, sorry for the screeching, it's quite high for me. I might just do as stars about. I'll sing it down the octave, but I'll play the right notes on the piano. As stars about. And 1. As stars about thy throne, set in the height of God's ordaining counsel. Okay, very good. Let's look at the altos now. Bottom of page 4. Thy saints. 3, 4, 1. Good. Well done. Let's do the top of page 5 again. So it's a really chromatic, kind of snaky winding line. And then sometimes it's quite hard to find this note because it's in this chord. So it's a bit of a jazzy chord. It's not always that easy to find that D flat. So stars above thy throne, set in the height. Let's do that together, altos. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now sopranos, thy saints, bottom of page 4, 3, 4, 1. Very good. Let's do this all together now. From thy saints, and 1. Tenors. Basses. With holy luster round move, as stars above thy throne, set in the height of God's ordaining counsel. Well done, very good. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, for anyone who's joined us recently, we are in the middle of the Charles Wood O Thou the Central Orb, and you'll find, if I haven't emailed you, you'll find the music for this, the second in the list of comments. I put a link to it, so you can download it there, or you might have it on email. And we're just about to go from the bottom of page 5. So, there we go. So bottom of page 5, last 2 bars and a bit from As Thy Sight Gives Measured Grace to Each, okay? There's just the last little bit of this section. Oh, my page is deciding not to stay on now. Maybe I'll stand up. Okay, right. As thy sight. Oh, sorry. As thy sight. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. As thy sight is measured grace to reach thy power to prove. Yeah, very good. Okay, let's just look at that. Why don't we have the sopranos first? They're going to behave. Yeah, that looks a bit better. So maybe I need something to stop it from happening. I think I've done it. Done it. Okay. Marvellous. Right, okay. So let's go with sopranos. As thy sight. Okay, after 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Brilliant. Okay, altos. As thy sight. Yep. Middle of page 5 at the bottom. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, very good. Okay, tenors. 1, 2, 3. As thy sight gives measured grace, gives grace to each. Thy power to prove. Okay, and finally basses. So they all go. As thy sight 3, 4, 1 gives measured grace to each. Thy power to prove. Okay, everyone together as thy sight. 1, 2, 3. Gives measured grace to each. Thy power to prove. Good, right, I'm going to load up some more pages on my stand. There we go. And we're going to sing, that's all done, get rid of that. And let's sing from the end of page 6 to the end. And it's like a bit of a partial repeat of what we've had before musically, so you'll find that you already know it. Okay. Bottom of 6. Let thy bright beams and that little bit. Good, let's start with the basses. Let thy 1, 2, 3. Let thy bright beams disperse the gloom of sin, and nature all shall feel eternal day in fellowship with thee. Okay, tenors. 1, 2, 3. Let thy bright beams disperse the sopranos. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and finally sopranos. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we won't sing that all together now because we kind of know that bit already from the beginning. I'm sure that's all fine. Let's focus on the last 2 pages now. Let's have a sing together of transforming. Okay, so the old error has stayed in here. It's not transforming day to souls. It was a misprint in the original publication. It's transforming clay to souls, and it's just the C and the L look too close together for the typesetter, and so he or she wrote D for day. I think I'm right. Someone might correct me and say that I'm wrong. Anyway, I think it's transforming clay to souls. Okay, which makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so let's just have a sing of that. Third bar of page 8. Sopranos, altos, tenors, and basses. Okay, 3, 4, 1. Great, okay, so let's just take that apart. Let's start with the good old sopranos who are blasting out the cobwebs this morning. If you're getting shouts from the neighbours, just ignore them. Okay, transforming days, 3, 4, 1. Let's do the second sopranos for the amen at the end. You just stay on the B flat for 4 beats, yeah? So it's 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 1. Good. Okay, great. And now let's look at the altos. Transforming day. Okay, transforming clay. Top of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Good, okay, and tenors. 3, 4, 1. Transforming clay, the souls are one, clean, love pure living, love pure. paces. Top of 8. 3, 4, 1. Transforming day to souls that one unclean. Now pure within. Now pure Okay, let's do it all together from top of page 8, transforming. Oh, do you know what? Let's just go back 3 bars earlier to. No, let's go right back to the bottom of page 6. Let thy bright beams disperse. Okay, here we go. So, last thing we'll do, bottom of page 6, let thy bright beams. I'll give you a few bars in. Let thy bright beams disperse the gloom of sin, and nature all shall feel eternal day in fellowship with thee, transforming Okay, great, well done everybody. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you're enjoying this if you're watching this in 30 years time from Mars or something. But seriously, if you've got any suggestions about this, or you think that there's anything I could have done a bit more clearly, or things that were really good or things that were really bad about it, then write in the comments. And I'll try and make next week's kind of incorporate any of that feedback. I know there are some people who don't go on Facebook, so I'm going to be putting this video on YouTube somehow. I'll figure out how to do that. But yeah, it's been great to do this, and I hope people have enjoyed it, and I hope you have a really good week. Stay safe, and see you next time. Okay, bye.